Okay, everyone, thank you for joining to the Masterclass number 2. So today I'm going to talk about how to remember scale notes, all 12 major keys and all 12 minor keys. And as a pianist, it's a multitask. Like you have to read the notes, you have to follow the rhythm, you have to think about fingering, you have to follow the steady tempo. So when you get confused or like, how can I remember scale notes? Break it down. So today I'm not going to talk about any fingering for 1, 2, 3, 4 octaves. I'm going to talk about notes. So before the notes, the last time in the Masterclass number 1, we discovered and we discussed about not having tension, like having relaxed arms and fingers, and then use the gravity and the arm weight, your body weight going into the keys, right? So the good way to check yourself is you can just stand up and then relax your arms like this. And then when you are doing it, like you can feel the gravity going down to your fingertip, right? And you can feel your arm weight, and then your hands are very relaxed, like this. It's not like this. It's not like trying to curl fingers, but it's in a very relaxed hand shape. So I want you to bring up this shape to the piano. Oops. And always check your hand shape and make sure you don't have any tension. Today, again, like regular lessons, like I'm sitting on the office chair, but this is not good. When I practice my pieces, I sit on my piano bench because I'm moving from computer to piano. I'm using this office chair, but make sure you sit tall and then you have good distance from keys to your body. So that's what we talked about it last time. Now, before we go into the full scale, I hope everyone here already mastered 5-finger patterns. Another name is pentascales. So 5-finger patterns are very important because those 5 notes are the first 5 notes for the actual full scale, right? If you play C, D, E, F, G, these 5 notes are the first 5 notes for C major scale. So if you are not sure about pentascales, go back and review all the major and minor pentascales, which also can be chords, triads. If you play these 5 notes in skips, you can find the major and the minor triads. Okay, so let's discover the full scale notes. So when you have to play like 2 octaves, 3 octaves, 4 octaves, of course, you can think about the fingering, right? How to, when to cross, where you put your thumb, and so on. So forget about that today. I want you to remember the scale notes without looking at your scale book or note names. So I believe most of you have a circle of fifth chart in your scale book or in your theory book. So let me share this screen. Each chart has kind of different format, but if you don't have one, it's in a library. looks like this, or in a theory book, it's not colorful, but it's the same thing. When you go to the library, I shared library folder, you can find the scale and the chords, number 4, and then you click there, and it's circle of fifth right there, right here. Okay, so today, I'm gonna go counterclockwise, this way, fifth down. Why that is important? Why it's not that way, but this way? I know some of you want to improvise, right? In jazz and other improvisation, and also classical music and pop music and other types of music, the most famous popular cadence is 5-1 or 5-7-1. I am talking about the Roman numeral 5 chord to 1 chord. So let me type here. So Roman numeral 5 to 1 is the most popular and famous cadence. So when you improvise, or when you hear any type of music, you should be able to hear 5-1, 5-7-1 all the time. And then if you go to the chart counterclockwise, it's always 5-1. So on top, there's a C major. If C is a 5 chord, the 1 chord should be F. Should I? Because this is a picture, I can't write. So we are now thinking about the chords. C major chord is a 5 chord in the key of F. F major chord is a 5 chord in the key of B flat. B flat major chord is a 5 chord in the key of E flat, and so on. So if you go to the left side counterclockwise, it's always 5-1, 5-1, 5-1, 5-1, 5-1. So it's good to know this chord progression on this way, not to the sharp key way. So I'm gonna show you on my keyboard today. I think with some of you, I have done, and I have showed this scale in the private lessons, but I will set up my camera on top of my piano. So long time ago, I was teaching piano proficiency, like piano class in the university, and all the music majors, even voice majors or different instrument majors, trumpet to violin, to anybody who want to get a bachelor's degree in music had to know all the scales, major and minor, and be able to play and know these notes. So what we do is, okay, there are 5 fingers in the left hand, 5 fingers in the right hand. We are not going to use thumbs today. It's going to be left hand 5, 4, 3, 2, and then right hand 2, 3, 4, 5. Can you see my keys? Okay, yeah, okay. So everybody knows the C major scale, I hope. So your pinkies are on C, C and C. Since I'm going down, I will go up higher. C and C. And if you remember the whole and half step patterns, it's tonic, whole, whole, half, whole, 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 half, right? and then pinkies are on the same keys. So now we know the notes. Right? So you can go to any keys and then start tonic, whole, whole, half, whole, 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 half, and you make a major scale. And I highly suggest you to sing along or hum along. You can say la 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 or ta 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 ta, or even note names, I don't care. But I want you to hear the pitches, like how the major scale sounds like. Now, here is the tricky part. It's not tricky, but how we move to F major, okay? So you can block these 8 notes and always left hand pinky, right hand pinky are on the same note. Oh, before we move on, if you start on the 6th note, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, which is your right hand third finger, that's a minor scale. So I'm not going up from A, but without changing your hand position, you can even play the relative minor, natural minor scale. So this is A natural minor, right? If you want to keep going. It's not the same octave, but you can go up and that's A minor. Or C major. So you don't need to change your hand position between relative keys, C major or A minor. Okay, now we are going to move to F major. So remember, these are all white keys, right? So you don't have to remember which black keys to keep. So now, after you holding these keys, all 8 notes, you move your right hand and then cover exact same notes where your left hand is playing. So your right hand was here, and then move down to exact same notes where your left hand is playing, and move your left hand to the next 4 notes. Okay, and here is the trick. Your left hand to always go down a half step. Always. We are gonna keep that way. So now you are at the F major scale. F, G, A, B flat, C, D, E, F, F, E, D, C, B flat, A, G, F. And if you wanna make sure your notes are correct, you can do tonic, whole, whole, half, whole, 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 half. Yes, my notes are correct. And don't move your fingers so that you can remember. Okay, now, if you start from right hand 3, which is D, that's D natural minor. I'm not changing any finger positions. So you can clearly see these 2 keys share exactly same notes, right? Just the starting point is different for the natural minor scale. Okay, now I have to remember, okay, right hand had all white keys for F major, right? And then left hand had 1 black key. So I'm holding a left hand notes, cover exactly the same notes with the right hand 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so now it gets trickier because your right hand pinky is on B flat. Your left hand pinky has to be on the same key because it's the bottom and the top note should be the same. And then you cover the next 3 notes and remember to lower the left hand too because we keep adding the flat. Okay, so after you set the pinky, you choose the next 3 notes and then lower the second finger. So now you are at the B flat major. B flat, C, D, E flat, F, G, A, B flat. Now, if you start from the 3rd finger, right hand 3, that's the G minor scale. Right? Now, can I go one more? So, your right hand is gonna cover the left hand notes, but you need to remember, okay, there was a B flat before. If you remember, once you have a B flat, and when you keep adding more flats, B flat never disappears, right, in the key signature. You keep adding more flats, but the first flat is always B flat in the key signature. So you need to remember, okay, in this key we had B flat. But yeah, when you cover it, there's B flat already. So right hand moves to the left hand notes. Exact same notes. And then pinky has to be on the same key. So E flat on right hand pinky, E flat on the left hand pinky. And then you choose the next 3 white keys. But the last thing, you have to lower the second finger down. So now you are at A flat, B flat, C, D, E flat. So you are now at E flat major. I think it helps to say the note names. And if you start from the right hand 3, that's C. C, D, B flat, F, G, A flat, B flat, C, C, B flat, A flat, G, F, E flat, D, C, that's C, natural minor. I'm gonna move my hands up because I'm getting lower and lower. Can you see this one? Yeah. Okay. So now you have to remember there was B flat and E flat with the right hand, but E flat here, so you need to remember not to lose the B flat. Okay, so now right hand goes down, covers these 4 notes, exact notes, and then your pinky goes to the same as the right hand note. And B flat is already there, so you remember B flat, and then next 2 white keys, and lower the second left hand 2. A flat, G, F, E flat, D flat, C, B flat, A flat major scale. Now I'm gonna start from F, which is right hand 3. F, G, A flat, C, B flat, C, D flat, E flat, F, F, E flat, D flat, C, B flat, A flat, G, F. So that's F minor. So I'm going to do one more. Okay. So I need to remember there's B, E flat and A flat in the right hand, but I'm gonna move and cover the left hand notes. And my pinky should be on D flat. And we already had E flat before, so we keep the E flat. F, G, but you have to always lower the second finger of left hand. So that's D as in dog flat major. If I start from B flat, which is right hand 3, B flat, C, D flat, E flat, F, G flat, A flat, B flat, B flat, A flat, G flat, F, B flat, D flat, C, B flat. So we are covering the flat keys, and if you keep going down the same way, you will be able to come back to C major. I was hoping to do all the keys, but we have like 7 minutes left. Are you confused or are you okay? Does anyone have questions? Or should I keep going? Lisa, do you have a question? Okay, unmute. Wait. Lisa, unmute. Oh, sorry. You can unmute yourself.
You can keep going.
Okay, so I'll keep going. So I just did it at D flat, right? Okay, so this is the D flat position. Let me go up. Okay, so here is B flat, D flat, A flat. I need to remember B flat and A flat. So now I'm gonna cover these 4 notes, exact same notes, and then the pinky should be on the same notes. And then we had we had A flat and B flat already. So originally this position, but second finger always, left hand 2 always goes down. So now we are at G flat, G flat, A flat, B flat, C flat, D flat, E flat, F, G flat. And then because we are switching to sharp keys, we are gonna now start calling F sharp, G sharp, A sharp, B, C sharp, D sharp, E sharp, F sharp. So these are enharmonic keys, G flat major and F sharp major. And then for the minor key, natural minor, you can start from right hand 3. So now it's getting easier because we are gonna go to next keys. Okay, so this was the left hand key, and then we are thinking about sharp keys right now. Okay, so we have to remember C sharp and D sharp, and then cover the left hand notes, and then have the same pinky note, C sharp, D sharp, and it's supposed to be E sharp, but we bring it down. B, now B major scale. B, C sharp, D sharp, E, F sharp, G sharp, A sharp, B. And then the relative minor key is G sharp, A sharp, B, C sharp, D sharp, B, F sharp, G sharp. Since we have a few minutes left, I'm going to the next keys. So these 3 black keys we have to remember. And then I cover the left hand notes with the right hand. And then pinky, same notes. I remember there were 3 black keys, and then lower the left hand too. E major. And if I start from C sharp, so that was E major. I'm gonna move up here. Okay, E major. So now I'm gonna cover left hand notes with the right hand, and then remember these 2 sharps, pinky and pinky are on the same notes, and then always lower the left hand too, down. A major, F sharp major, sorry, F sharp minor. Okay, now I'm going down to this position and D and D. And then originally it was these 2 notes, 2 black keys. I lower the second finger. And then B, it was D as in dog major, now B as in boy minor. Now one more, the last key, go down this way, pinky, pinky, and then lower the second finger. G major and starting from E. And then if you do one more, you come back to C. Okay. Any questions? Is it confusing? So the music theory is always, go around the system. And it follows the same system. So usually college students who want to have a degree in music, they have to play that. They have to know all the notes. And then the next step, you can do 2 octaves, 3 octaves, 4 octave scales. But by doing this exercise, you can relate to relative keys. You can physically see your hand position is the same. And then you just start on a different note to play the natural minor scale. So if you can try that this week, and then in the next lesson, if you are confused, we can cover this in your lesson. Sorry, I thought we had more time, but it's already time. Do you feel okay? Yeah? So go through that this weekend and then see if you can go through all the 24 keys, 12 major keys and 12 minor keys. And if you can say the note names, that would be even better. Okay, thank you guys. So I will see you at your next lesson. I will stop recording.